What a week. Came out of nowhere on Tuesday that down in Jeff City on the Missouri side of the state line, there was momentum to try to pass a bill in the last week of the legislative session to basically get some state funding to the Chiefs and the Royals. And within about a day and a half, the whole thing went up in flames. So now we sit here exactly where we were 1 week ago. On the Kansas side, that star bond offer to the Chiefs and the Royals, and I guess technically any professional sports team, is still out there right now, but it does end at the end of June. Dan Hawkins is the Kansas Speaker of the House. He's obviously on the committee that would make that decision to possibly extend that star bond offer. Mr. Speaker, good morning. Thanks for being here. What are the odds right now that with about a month and a half to go, you extend the star bond offer to 2026?
I don't think we're really in a position to extend the star bond offer right now. We've still got 6 weeks or so to go before the end of the year, and I believe that the Commerce Department and the teams are in pretty good negotiations, and we kind of expect to have a deal by the time we get to that deadline.
Really? Okay, so you feel pretty confident right now that you can get something done here in the next few weeks. Do you feel better about one team or another at this point?
Yeah, actually, we feel pretty good about both teams. I know that the Royals have been in talks for certainly quite a while, and I think they're probably right at the edge of getting something done. The Chiefs have come on very, very strong in talks with the Commerce Department over the last several months, and certainly I believe that one. Now I was a little worried that may never happen. It just seemed like it was going slow, but all of a sudden it's really picked up, and I think they're right there too. So I kind of expect the Commerce Department to bring us a pretty good proposal for both teams, and then we'll evaluate them and we'll have a vote.
So what is your timeline on something like that?
Well, we've got a deadline of June 30th, so it's coming up. We've got the full month of June. I actually think that we'll probably start hearing some information from the Commerce Department here in the next couple of weeks. So I think we get into June and we'll start hearing some stuff. So I'm pretty excited about it.
Oh, that would be exciting. What are we looking at location wise?
That's one thing we don't get to know. Until they bring the proposal, we don't know any more than what everybody else knows. Certainly what's in the press is, as the Royals are certainly looking at the Hesperia campus, but I think they actually have a couple of other locations too, and I don't know where those are. The only reason why I know about the Hesperia campus is because it's been in the press so much. And as far as the Chiefs, they haven't really revealed much to us besides what's in the press also. So, the way our system works is the Commerce Department does all the negotiations. And once they have a proposal put together, then they'll bring it to the LCC, which is made up of the 4 leaders on each side of the rotunda. And then we will evaluate those and then make a decision.
You think that the state of Kansas with the star bond offer could actually be in a position to fund through star bonds 2 stadiums? When you combine them, that could cost upwards of $5 billion?
Well, when you understand how star bonds works, I would say absolutely we can, because the whole premise behind star bonds is the star bond district. The sales tax that's produced in that district goes to pay the star bonds. So if the proposal that's put together is not capable of doing that, then we wouldn't do it. Mm-hmm. But they do a massive amount of analysis and projections. They kind of know what each group is willing to build and what kind of development will go around it to support it. And if those districts are good and are going to produce the sales tax, then it will work. So it's worked. The prime example is the Speedway. The Speedway paid off, 7 years early and that was a great star bond district. So this is just exactly the same, the same type of situation as what we were in with the Speedway many years ago.
Mm-hmm. And that was what, about, I want to say that was under $300 million, right? That was a much smaller operation, but still, to your point.
It was, yeah.
Okay. Wow. All right. Well, this is certainly some news here with Dan Hawkins, Kansas Speaker of the House. I do want to also ask you, Mr. Speaker, you announced this week that you're running for insurance commissioner. So that's for next year, obviously. It's going to be a big year in the state of Kansas. Is most people probably couldn't even tell you who the current insurance commissioner is. So why is that important? What's the value of that position?
Well, that position is certainly the regulator for the insurance industry, and quite frankly, I have a pretty unique set of experiences over a 30-year period. I've been in the industry, done a lot of different things in this industry, and so I think I bring a really unique set of skills and experience to that job, and I'm looking forward to it. It's really that it's one of those things that I've kind of dreamed about over the years, and my speakership ends at the end of next year, at the end of 26. That would start the first of 27, and it'd be perfect timing. And we've got some things going on in our state and, of course, across the country, really. One of the biggest drivers of cost issues today is the insurance premiums. And if you're a business owner or a homeowner, you're feeling the pinch right now. We need to do everything we can to control those costs and to get those costs lowered. Make sure everybody gets to stay in their houses and continue to enjoy the American dream of owning a business. So, it's an important position. It's one certainly that I'm ready to take on.
So it's a watchdog position in many respects, right? Is that my understanding?
It is. Yeah, it's twofold, really. It's an advocacy type position where you're advocating for policy holders in the state. Making sure that contracts are being paid out, the claims are being paid out as they're supposed to. It's also a position that regulates the carriers that are in the industry. And I think one added thing that I've always thought the insurance commissioner should do, I'm not sure that they do it very well, and that is make sure we have enough carriers in the state so we have good competition and we can lower the rates. Which that's probably one of the biggest things I'm going to try to tackle as quickly as possible, is to get more carriers in here. We literally have some industries here in Kansas that have one, maybe two carriers that provide all of the contracts for those businesses, and we got to have more. If you've got competition, rates will come down. So we've got to make sure we have the carriers here in Kansas to provide the insurance for the industries that are here.
Good deal. Well, Mr. Speaker, thank you for the time this morning on a Friday. We appreciate it. We'll be watching the next few weeks, and best of luck as you roll out the campaign for insurance commissioner.
Absolutely. Thank you a bunch, Pete.
You bet. Dan Hawkins on KCMO Talk Radio.